Good morning, students. Today we will cover part 2 of chapter 9, Establishment of Company Rule in India, subject Social Science, grade 8. Let's join our hands for Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhur Bhuvat Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodaya. We meditate to the most adored Supreme Lord, the Creator, whose divine light illumines our physical, mental and spiritual being. May this divine light illumine our intellect as well. After Battle of Plassey and Buxar, the British came up with dual government in Bengal, according to which the right to collect Diwani, that is right to collect revenue, began a dual government in Bengal, Bihar and Orissa. Here the Nawab looked after the administration and the company controlled the army, the judiciary and the revenue collection. The general public suffered. Thousands of people died in Bengal famine in 1770. In 1772, Warren Hastings abolished dual government and gained complete control over Bengal. And when the Bengal famine in 1770 broke out, the Indian rulers were helpless. They could not help the people, whereas the British refused to offer any kind of help. Anglo-Mysore War. After the death of Raja of Mysore of Wodeyar dynasty in 1760, Hyder Ali became the ruler of Mysore. He extended his territories to Bangalore, Sunderi, Sera, Kanara and Guthi and other parts of India. At this time, Warren Hastings faced stiff resistance from the Marathas in the south and Hyder Ali in the north. First Anglo-Maratha War, 1767 to 69. Hyder Ali had gained some success against the British and almost captured Madras. In the meanwhile, a tripartite alliance was formed by Nizam, Marathas and English against Hyder Ali. But Hyder Ali had beat the English at their own game by making peace with the Marathas and luring Nizam with territorial gains. And then he attacked Arcot. The British were shocked and incurred heavy losses. They had to sign peace treaty and mutual help with Hyder Ali. Students, I've found a very interesting game for you. Now this is a picture puzzler. Find the correct word for each clue. You will spell a word that will make you happy. Let's look into it. Question number 1. Find a letter that is in socks but not in clock. Find a letter that is in moon but not in spoon. Find a letter that is in pie but not in pen. Find a letter that is in log but not in goat. Find a letter that is in bell but not in balloon. I hope you'll have fun finding the words, and you can take 5 minutes break, come back, check your answer and continue with the learning session. Yes, the answer is correct. Your answer is smile. So I need you to give me a big smile. And now let's continue with our learning session. Second Anglo-Mysore War, 1780 to 84. In 1780, the English wanted to attack the French at Mahi, situated on the west coast of Mysore. Hyder Ali did not permit it. English declared war against Hyder Ali with Nizam and Marathas. Again, Hyder Ali captured Arcot. The British broke the alliance Hyder Ali gave a crushing defeat to the British. Now, what were the consequences of this? Hyder Ali died, then his son Tipu Sultan continued the fight against the British. The battle concluded after Treaty of Mangalore in 1784. Now both the parties, that is Tipu Sultan and British, restored each other's conquered territories and they set the prisoners free. Third Anglo-Mysore War, 1789 to 92. Tipu Sultan, allied with French, invaded the state of Travancore in 1789, which was a British ally. Now British got an excuse to crush Tipu Sultan's power and it resulted in the war, that is Third Anglo-Mysore War. Well, it ended with defeat of Mysore and siege of Srirangapatnam in 1792. Tipu Sultan was forced to sign the Treaty of Srirangapatnam. He had to give half of his territory to the British, plus he also had to give his two sons as war hostages to the British. And as you can see, I have given the image of Siege of Srirangapatnam. Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, 1799. Lord Wellesley became the Governor General of India in 1798 and considered Tipu Sultan's alliance with French as a threat. Therefore, he, along with Nizam and Maratha, attacked Mysore. Nizam and Maratha attacked Mysore from the north, whereas British under Lord Wellesley attacked Mysore from south, east and west. The result of this war was British won the victory at Srirangapatnam, Tipu Sultan was killed, Mysorean territory was annexed by British, Nizam and Marathas, the remaining core was restored to Indian prince belonging to the Wodeyar dynasty who ruled till 1947. Students, let's do a quick recapitulation. I have only 3 questions for you. First, what is dual government? Second question, who formed tripartite alliance in First Anglo-Mysore War? Third question, what was the result of Third Anglo-Mysore War? Let's look into the answers. First question, what is dual government? Answer, the Nawab looked after the administration while the company controlled the army, the judiciary and the revenue collection. Question number 2. Who formed tripartite alliance in First Anglo-Mysore War? Answer, the British with Marathas and Nizam formed tripartite alliance against Hyder Ali. Question number 3. What was the result of Third Anglo-Mysore War? Answer, Tipu Sultan had to give half of his territory and his two sons as war hostages to the British. Anglo-Maratha War. There were internal problems of the Marathas and growing ambition of the English, which resulted in Maratha wars between the period 1775 and 1818. As you can see below, I have given the image of Raghunath Rao and Madhav Rao who played a role in the First Anglo-Maratha War. First Anglo-Maratha War, 1775-82. British wanted to sign an alliance with Raghunath Rao against Madhav Rao too. Maratha chieftains backed Madhav Rao. British provided 2,500 men to Raghunath Rao against Madhav Rao and won the battle. British got Salsette and Basin along with a part of revenue from Broch and Surat districts. Both signed the Treaty of Salbai in 1782. Hereby both means Raghunath Rao and the British after the victory in the battle. It gave the British 20 years of peace with the Marathas. Second Anglo-Maratha War, 1803 to 1805. In 1801, there was a conflict among Marathas over Peshwaship. Peshwa Baji Rao II entered into subsidiary alliance with British against Jashwant Rao. Hereby subsidiary alliance means the British will give its army for protection, but in return the Indian prince was supposed to pay the army and look after the maintenance of the army. So after Baji Rao II entered into subsidiary alliance with the British against Jashwant Rao Holkar, British drove Holkar out. Thereafter, Peshwa Baji Rao signed a treaty with the British, and the Maratha chieftains like Scindia and Bhosle opposed it. It resulted in Second Anglo-Maratha War in 1803. Therefore, Maratha chiefs failed to unify, and after facing defeat by British, they had to hand over large territories to the British. Third Anglo-Maratha War, 1814-1818. Peshwa Baji Rao did not like the subordinate position under the British. He tried to unite the chiefs against the British but failed. He was forced to surrender. The position of Peshwa was abolished and Marathas were limited to a small kingdom of Satara. This was the end of the Maratha rule. Now, as you can see, I have given the map of the Maratha Empire and how big is the Maratha Empire on the map of India. But by the end of the Third Anglo-Maratha War, the Maratha Empire was reduced only to the borders of the Satara. And as you can see, near Hyderabad there is a dot, that is Satara. So the Maratha Empire was reduced to this place only. Students, it's time for stretching. There are 3 exercises. You can take 5 minutes and do these exercises and continue with your learning session. So let's move into our last war, that is First Anglo-Sikh War, 1845 to 46. Sikh power was strong in northwest region of Punjab. British had made a peace treaty with Maharaja Ranjit Singh, but after his death there was internal disputes. The Sikhs had a strong army, but when the British attacked them, Prime Minister Lal Singh and Commander Tet Singh turned traitors and the Sikhs were defeated. The Sikhs were forced to sign Treaty of Lahore. The British occupied Jalandhar Doab and handed Jammu and Kashmir to Raja Gulab Singh Dogra. As you can see, I have given the photo of Maharaja Ranjit Singh and Raja Gulab Singh Dogra. Second Anglo-Sikh War, 1848-49. British wanted complete control of Sikh kingdom. Lal Singh was exiled on charges of conspiracy. Lord Dalhousie, the greatest annexionist, attacked Punjab and made it a part of British India in 1849. Now here, Lord Dalhousie has been referred as greatest annexionist, reason being he had a chief instrument. The chief instrument through which Lord Dalhousie implemented his policy of annexation was the Doctrine of Lapse. Under the Doctrine of Lapse, when the ruler of a protected state died without a natural heir, her state was not to pass to an adopted heir as sanctioned by the age-old tradition of the country. Instead, it was to be annexed to the British dominions unless the adoption has been clearly approved earlier by the British authorities. Many states, including Satara in 1848 and Nagpur and Jhansi in 1854, were annexed by applying this doctrine. And not only these places, there were a lot of many other places which were annexed under the doctrine of lapse, which was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Therefore, he completely justifies the statement where he is referred as the greatest annexionist. Okay, let's do the board questions. I've given only 2 questions, but I want you to do this solely on your by yourself and check the answers later. So question number 1 is, explain any 3 reasons that led to the Second Anglo-Maratha War 1803-1805. Question number 2, there is second part to it as well. Mention any 2 consequences of the war. Now question number 2, why did the Third Anglo-Mysore War take place? What was the reason for Tipu's failure? Mention any 3 consequences of the war. As you can see in question number 1, there are 2 parts of the question, while in question number 2, there are 3 parts of the question. Answers to question number 1. Explain any 3 reasons that led to the Second Anglo-Maratha War 1803-05. Mention any 2 consequences of the war. The reasons that led to Second Anglo-Maratha War are: A. After Tipu Sultan's Mysore was captured by the British in 1799, the Marathas were the only major Indian power left outside the British dominion. B. There was internal rivalries among the Maratha chiefs. C. Peshwa Baji Rao signed subsidiary alliance with the British and the other Maratha chiefs opposed it, which led to war. The consequences of the war are: A. Maratha forces were defeated by the British in this battle, which is obvious. Second, large parts of central India, which was ruled by the Marathas, came under the British control. Now I have a code for you to remember the reasons. First is, as you can see, there are words which I have highlighted in red. Marathas only major Indian power left. So Marathas only major will be your MOM. Indian power left will be your IPL. That is, MOM saw IPL. And then you have internal rivalries as IR and subsidiary alliance as SA. So that is your IRSA. So the code will be MOM saw IPL at IRSA. Question number 2. Why did the Third Anglo-Mysore War take place? What was the reason for Tipu's failure? Mention any 3 consequences of this war. Tipu Sultan allied with the French and invaded the state of Travancore in 1789, which was a British ally. It gave the British an excuse to crush Tipu Sultan's power. This led to Third Anglo-Maratha War. The reason for Tipu Sultan's failure was the diplomacy of Cornwallis kept Tipu aloof from Maratha and the Nizams. That is, he left the Tipu Sultan in isolation without having any alliances. And Lord Cornwallis led the British army in person with the magnificence of supply of weapons. Now, the consequences of the war are: Treaty of Srirangapatnam. Tipu Sultan had to give half of his territory to British and his 2 sons as war hostages. I have the code for your consequences. As you can see, there are words that I have written in bold. Treaty Srirangapatnam, that will be your TS. Half territory will be your HT and 2 sons will be your TS. TS, HT, TS. So it's very easy to remember these codes.